I give you the senator from Illinois and the next president of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama.
How's it going, Oakland? Oh.
In welcoming Senator Obama, I want to welcome him to a city that has the audacity to welcome the diversity of the world. We're all here, Senator.
You know, I hear a lot of older people talking about it, and the younger people. And you know, when you mix them young and old, you can't beat that something good.
This is a very historical moment, and I believe that this man has tremendous quality. I feel he stands for people, and that he's a very inclusive candidate, which is something that's important to me.
It's time for us to step up and meet these challenges and create the kind of politics that's not based on division, it's not based on hatred, it's not based on fear, but is based on hope. And that is the kind of politics that we expect to create in this election. A politics that's based on all of us coming together instead of being driven apart.
Because I have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old that I brought here today because I know how historic this event is and that their future could very well depend on who gets into the White House in 08.
And if we change our politics, then we can solve the problems that people say are insoluble. Don't believe that we can't do something about the challenges that we face. We know what to do with health care. We know that if we invest more money in prevention so that little boys and little girls are getting regular checkups, then they're not going to end up in the emergency room for treatable illnesses like asthma, and we'll save money, and we'll be better off.
If you can't send this kid to medical school, what's the point of funding doctors, you know? That's what education makes opportunities, you know. This country is run by economists, is run by doctors, is run by all these people who have fantastic private education, and unless more people in this country can get access to that, we're not going to have the best medicine, we're not going to have the cures, we're not going to be able to prevent poverty if we don't have people with those skills. So,
even though we know what to do, it is my assertion that it's going to be very difficult to do any of these things until we finally bring an end to this war in Iraq. We can't send $100 billion overseas every year and expect to solve the problems here at home.
I think it's incredibly important that he's been against it the whole time. There's going to be no flip-flopping calling in this election because he's been against it the entire time.
I love how he says that he is against the war, but he supports the troops, because that is exactly how I feel. You can be against the war while also being in full support of the people who are giving their lives and their time to fight for America. You can do that, and I love how he said that.
We still have an opportunity to get at least one thing right, and that is make sure that when they come home, that we treat them right. That when they come home, they don't have mold on the walls and rats scurrying under their beds. When they come home, that we're giving them the counseling and the treatment that they need to make the transition back into civilian life. That when they come home, they don't end up homeless because nobody's looking after them. That when they come home, they're not going through dumpsters looking for food because they've been forgotten. Don't stand next to a flag and say you believe in supporting the troops when you forget them when you come home. We can do better than that. That's not who America is.
Oh, well, I plan on continue being involved in this organization and helping them out in any way that I can. I mean, I had a lot of fun today. I had fun today, so I hope I can stay active. And they're actually looking for people to, to stay active even when he leaves, and when you can't see him anymore, to still be active in the organization. And I plan on doing that.